All messages on. Perfect. Ready to go. So yeah, huge updates today. So stay tuned for that later. I'll not want to repeat myself too much, so I'm going to wait until some people are in at least. But yeah, if you're watching afterwards, stick around. There will be big news. But yeah, all in all, a very good day today. I've got Shut the Box with me in case we fancy doing something, but I'm hoping we can just get everyone in pretty quick and have a nice little chat. But we don't know. We don't know how long it's going to take for the family to arrive. I'm early today, unlike the last few days where I feel it's been a bit late. So, oh, we've already got some hearts flowing. I think that might mean Sienna's maybe found her way in. Yes, hi Sienna. How you doing, beautiful? Oh dear. I knew it'd be you first. You already know the update, so. Ah dear, you got the sneak peek into the stuff today. No, I haven't had a little nap, to be fair. I thought I'd get the stream out of the way first. Hi Gracie, good to see you. How you doing? How was your day been? Yeah, I got your message. I just saw it just in my notifications as I was literally hitting the button to go live. So yeah, excited, Sienna. I'm going to hope we don't have loads of lag in the chat today. Oh, blimey. Yeah, it's been a long day of work, I've got to say. A fair long one, but it was a really nice day, actually. Good weather. Likewise, Sienna. Gracie says hi and then just doesn't say anything after that. Crazy. Right, I'm going to spin things around, and while we wait for people to arrive, I'm going to get a little bit of Shut the Box going. So we'll try and do this in a way where you can actually see the box as well. Let's get this set up. I've got a feeling that won't do, but we'll see. My secondary device has almost no battery left. Should have charged that up. Oh, there we go. Well, that's a bit. The problem is, can we do that? Does that make any sense? I don't think so. That's not good. Right, we'll just. Actually, that's not too bad. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll just get my shirt out of the way a little bit. That will work. There we go. Oh, I need to get all messages on here, don't I? Oh yeah, I finished just before 6, work-wise. Yeah. There we go, 4, straight off the bat with a low number. We don't need that. No, says Gracie. What's the no for, Gracie? Oh, Big Soup is in. Hi, Big Soup. Long time no see. I do remember your name, unless of course I'm thinking of somebody else with a very similar name. So I do apologise if I'm thinking of the wrong person. 4, I can do that. And busted already. Your day's been rubbish, Gracie. I'm sorry to hear that. What has been bad about your day then? Do tell us. Ah, same guy. Cool. How have you been, Big Soup? Oh, you have a cold. Sorry to hear that. I haven't had a cold for ages, actually. Now I think I've been looking after myself too well, so I've been in tip-top condition for a while. However, the lack of sleep last night is probably going to take its toll. I spent like I don't know how many hours yesterday chit-chatting away to people. I was talking to Jess in the morning, then I was talking to Sienna for hours, then I was talking to you guys for hours, and then I was talking to Tim for hours. And I mean like hours and hours every time. Crazy. So, chunky veg soup. I will say I had soup today for dinner. Unfortunately, it wasn't Heinz. It was the Sainsbury's own brands. The 12. We've got a good one. We're on for a good one here. It was the beef and veg soup that I like. Oh. Nan saying, what you playing, please? It's called Shut the Box. It's just something nice to do while I wait for my YouTube family to come in, and then we'll probably have a load of chit chat. Brian saying, good evening. Any news on the van? Yes, big news on the van, Brian. I will be updating everybody on that fairly soon once we get the room full with the family. We need the fam in to the stream. Oh, that's rude. Oh, that's double rude. What's that about? Good evening now. You are in time to hear about the van update, yes. I won't be giving it quite yet. I'm going to be giving the update in a little while. Yes, it's good news. Well, I think it is anyway. I will give you a little bit of the secondary news though. Those of you who have been avidly following the situation might remember that I had a chat with Will, who lives in the Airbnb with his wife. They are the parents of James, who runs this place. And it turns out that Will is a kind of loose friend, maybe acquaintance, I don't know, of but he is in the same friend circle, if you like, as the guy who hit the van. Thomas was his name, and Will was telling me that obviously you know, he knew him, and that meant that obviously without having heard any bad news about, like, you know, any kind of like death or anything, that meant that obviously this Tom guy hadn't kicked the bucket after the accident, but he was in a bad way, so I was worried. And it's not like the police or anyone gives you an update about the other driver. But Will was kind enough to let me know yesterday, and I forgot to tell you guys, I'll be honest, because I was here and there yesterday. Oh, gutted. Yeah, he reliably informed me that this Tom character is out of the hospital and is actually hoping to play some bowls in a week or so. So there we go. He's doing all right. Noah jumped to conclusions. Something about a budget. Right. What's this about? This world is teeny tiny. Hey. What on earth's going on? So be honest. Hold on. What's going on? Rohan's in. Hi, Rohan. I've missed some chat. Grace is saying, be honest, with that conversation last night, yes, I have been a bit quiet recently. What were we talking about conversation last night? Gracie being a bit cryptic in a conversation as usual. Oh yeah, Ellie will have the disco, won't she? I always forget about this. For some reason, I keep thinking it's Wednesday for that, but it's obviously a Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. Sue is in. Hi, Sue. I'm well, Sue. It's been a very good day, all things considered. I hope you're well. That sounds posh now. Oh, I see. Gracie's talking to Sienna. Okay, it's nothing to do with me then. I shall butt out. I shall Oh, we got 12. Ho ho. We just need to hit an 11 and we have a decent chance here. Can we do it? Can we do it? There's an 8. Do we go with the 6 and the 2 or the 3 and the 5? I'm going to go 6 and 2. If I went 3 and 5, I'd only have evens down here. Not that it really matters at this point because you've got to get the right number. We'll do the 7. This is not good. I need 11 and a 5. And we miss it. That was a good effort though. That was a good effort, that one. The countdown to the soiree is on, Sue. Are you referring to your... Are you referring to our meet-up? The soiree. Little fun Theodore is in. Calm down, buddy. How you doing, my friends? It's been a minute. How have you been? You and that owl have beef. Yeah, what on earth? What is the beef? What is the beef you got with Owly? What kind of trouble has Owly been causing? Ah, failed again. Oh, you're talking about the party, of course. Sorry, my bad. You can tell what's on my mind, can't you? Oh dear. Well, we've got a few of you in. I'm going to give it a bit of chance. We'll see who else comes in. I don't have to keep repeating myself all night long. I'm hoping not to do a too long a stream today. I've been doing long ones lately, and I think it's time for me to just have a bit of an early night tonight. I'm absolutely shattered. I spent all night last night talking to Tim after the stream went. So we were doing the stream until the wee hours, and then me and Tim got chatting afterwards, and we chatted for, I don't know, I think it was around about 5 hours, give or take. And yeah, I was bleary-eyed this morning as I went to sleep, knowing I only had about 2 hours before I had to get up for work. So yeah, not much sleep last night at all. And I entirely blamed him. 10, that's good. Come on, big numbers. 12. Give us that 11. 9. Can we do a 9? Yes, we can. Come on, 11. 7. Since the week I've not been really myself since a few weeks ago. Any particular reason you're not feeling yourself, Gracie? Has something happened at all? Something changed? I've got all the low stuff gone, and yeah, we get busted. Yeah, it was great to hear back from Tim. So we kind of got into a lot of deep stuff, as we do. It's always a deep conversation with Tim. Tim always has deep stuff on his mind. It takes a good camping trip to get him out of the deep stuff and into a little bit more light-hearted kind of fun humour. I say it's trauma still. It may go. It may not. Trauma? Well, like a recent trauma? What are we talking about here? I'd say is it childhood stuff, but everything with you would be childhood stuff because you're still technically within your childhood. There we go. You wanted to join a netball game earlier today, but you can't. Ah, I see. What's that, Sin? Are we talking about legs again, are we? Oh dear. Got modded chat. Let's have a little look at what the mod chat says. You're kind of like that with deep stuff, are you, Big Soup? Go on and fire a deep one at me. We'll have some deep conversation just for the short time we'll be here. It's I try to be. Big Soup. No point trying to be a bad guy, right? If you think I only started doing innuendos after meeting you, Sin, you should ask Noah about what I was like at university. It wound him up quite a lot. He had to have a conversation with me, in fact, at one point, because he didn't like how me and one of his housemates was basically always trying to one-up each other with it. Like, I'd go around there, this guy would set me off, and then it was on, like, who could go too far with it, basically. Noah, has he already been filth? Yes, is the answer that Noah will give to that. I've always been a bit filth, haven't I? 8. Whoa. Come on, big ones. Nope. Denied. Well, we've got a few of you in. Who? My beard? I haven't touched it. I haven't touched it for over a week. Yeah, I meant to... what do you mean looking fresh? I've done nothing to look fresh today. I have not been taking care of myself, to be honest. I've been lazy with everything. I do not feel fresh. I'm thinking I might have a shower after the stream, just because I feel a bit grim to get into the bed. So, or an 11. That's not bad. 6. Stuffed immediately. Man, the big numbers are not coming out. We're on like a dry run here. This is dry. Well, I can guarantee it's not been trimmed. Not since, I don't know, it's over a week. So probably not last weekend, but the weekend before. That's when I did it. I don't trim I don't trim my beard very often, if I'm honest. I'm a bit lazy with it, so I just kind of trim it down, and then just, you know, if I've got things going on, if I've got like a date or something, yeah, I'll get it trimmed. No problem. Got to make an effort when you're seeing people. Or like if I've got like a games night with the lads or something, if I'm going out for an evening, you know, you've got to make the effort. So Big Soup, give me the LOL. You're a warrior, are you? That's like the modern day warrior. No can do before. I'll say this much, Gracie. If you're telling the truth about your habits with the drinking stuff, it's not good at your age. I'll be honest, you're too young to be drinking. And also, it's just not good for you as a whole. Is that my phone? I've not got that phone on silent. I'm supposed to have it on silent. We can do an 11. That works. We need that 12. Now's the time for the 12. That is not a 12. I do not like the way that the chat is turning here. I'm going to be straight up. All right. I have a feeling she does not mean the beverage, but I also think that she's given us some porkies. As is Gracie's MO, but I don't appreciate this one at all. Right. I think I'm about ready to start laying out some news, to be fair. This game is annoying me. I'm not getting many big numbers at all. Yeah. I've got a feeling Gracie is being deliberately vague about this to make you think one thing and she means the other. And she's going to be all like, she's, I think Gracie is attention seeking again today. You don't need to do that to get attention, Gracie. You can just talk normally to people. They will give you all the attention you want without needing to resort to stories and all this kind of weirdness. Right. Gracie's like, no, I'm serious. Yeah, serious as Australia and lorry driving. Yeah. Oh, dear me. Gracie. I'll give you this much. You sometimes do make me laugh, Gracie. Unfortunately, sometimes you also irritate me with just the amount of nonsense. Oh, no. I've got to use that for a 9 and a 3. Need that 11, really. Ah, bastards. Yeah, that's the good word to use, authentic. Gracie, save all the nonsense for the other streams where you don't mind getting banned. I'm sure you don't really want to get banned from this one. So, yeah. Yeah, it's poor. It is. If you're starting to make humour out of it, Gracie, now, it's poor humour. Don't do that. I talk about how you've got to be respectful in the chat. Making people concerned over something that isn't real is disrespectful. It's not a joke. Rohan saying, Molly, Coke is ubiquitous. I don't even know what that word means, to be honest. I've heard it, but I'm not sure what it exactly means in all UK and Ireland. Do you mean it's common? Probably is, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing to do. Right, last attempt. If this one doesn't work, I'm calling it quits, and we'll get on to the update. Oh, come on, 12. No, it's a 6. I have a feeling we're not going to get it done. Nope, denied. Right, enough of that. It's got annoying. Right, I'm too tired and sleepy-eyed for that game for too long. So, let's get on to the update about the van. So, yeah, van stuff. So I got in touch with the insurance today because they did not sort out the payment for another week at this place, and managed to get them to do that. So we've got that sorted. So we've got another week here. So I'm definitely at least here for another week. But I then spoke to the total loss department, about what's going on with the van. Had to chase them up again, as to be expected. So the chap sort of looks through the files. He's like trying to figure out what's going on. Turns out that yesterday, or so he says, every time they tell me that there's been movement, it always happens yesterday. Don't know how that happens. So anyway, apparently yesterday, the engineer did go out and looked at the van and made his report, and has decided that the van is, according to him, worth £17,500. So that's a big jump up from the just under 10. So we have movement on that. And then he says, and he starts giving me information I didn't think he was going to give me, because they didn't give this last time. He says, but the repairs are going to come in at, the repairs were priced in at some 9,000 and change. So because of the price difference now, they've decided to go back to repairing it. So the van is going to get repaired, and I'm going to get my van back in full working order, apparently. I don't have any update as to how long that's going to take. I'm assuming it's going to be more than a week. I'm going to be honest. They're going to need a lot of parts to come in. I imagine it's going to take them a few days to get them all sorted out, and then someone's got to get on with the work. And to be fair, I assume they've got specialist equipment for sort of shaping the chassis, the subframe, whatever you call it. But yeah, they've got a lot of work on their hands to sort all that out. So that is what's happening. They've decided to repair it. I did check and chase on them about, like, is it going to be, like, have its category reversed back to where it's supposed to be, and any kind of like write-off taken off its history, and any kind of mark like taken off. And they said, yeah, that's all going to be expunged. We've already reversed it. It won't have any marks and any history on it that it has been written off. So basically, the whatever they think the value of the van is a bit moot at this point, because they're literally just going to repair it and give it back to me. Solid. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's going to save me the trouble of building a new van, to be fair. And kind of interesting to get a valuation from them. You know that if they're coming in with a number, it's a bit low. And I've always thought that my van was probably worth about sort of 20 to 25 grand. I think that's probably about a reasonable number. I obviously sent them documents to say that I thought it was worth 28 and up, because that's what you do when you're negotiating. You go high, you don't go low, or unless you want low, and in which case you go really low. But so they were going low and I'm going high, and I think I would have been relatively happy with the number that they came back with, but I certainly would have pushed to get like a better deal. I don't think I'd have just accepted whatever they said if they had decided to keep it as a write-off and just try to give me a dosh. But instead of them giving me money for it, they're going to repair it, which is happy days. I get my home back. I just don't know how long it's going to take. So that'll be an update for hopefully in a couple of days. So I'm thinking probably on Thursday, I'll give the garage a call, because they have sent me the number for that directly. Well, he said it was, so I think I have got that now. Yeah, I'm going to basically call the garage up and hopefully get a estimate as to how long the repairs are going to take. So that'd be good to know, and then I'll sort of know where I stand in terms of how long I think I'll be in this place for. I've got a feeling it's going to be more than a week, so I'm probably going to be on the phone to them on Monday, getting them to pay out for another week here. And I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to have them pay for another week. They didn't even ask for documentation this time. I didn't even have to give them loads of like booking confirmation stuff like previous. They just went, yeah, we'll just get it sorted, whatever. And they did. I was like, yeah, sweet. Brian saying, always be true to others and yourself. Cracking words. And the to yourself bit is really important. People struggle with that, myself included. It takes time to really understand yourself, and then, Gracie, just be you and not pretend. Yeah, there we go. That's Hey, Sparker's in. Hi, Sparker. No, I won't have to change anything. They're literally just going to repair it. So it's like just having it repaired at a garage. So they've rolled back all of the nonsense about a write-off. That's completely expunged and gone away, and we have literally just some repairs to do on the van, and they give it back to me solid. I mean, obviously, when they give it back, I'm going to check everything, make sure they did it all good. Because if it's not all exactly how it was or better, then they're going to have me on the phone going, no, sort this, sort that. And I won't let them take it away at that point, because the only reason it needed to go anywhere would have been for the chassis being like bent back into place and whatnot. I mean, obviously I'm going to check it, make sure that it's all like done in a way where it's not going to suddenly go rusty and stuff, because like obviously you're bending the metal back and forth, the powder coating on it, or paint if you want to call it that, obviously, you know, might have like been damaged, and I don't want to be dealing with any rust there like down a few years down the line. But I'd definitely be checking everything over and getting on to them about anything, and I'll probably just get them to okay to, like, they'll probably make them pay for repairs, but get my own guy to do it and have somebody do it in situ, so I don't have to worry about staying in other places. I can just have it done on the driveway basically. Spark saying, so it's only if a vehicle has been written off you have to have one of those C-plate thingamajiggies. Oh, you said fingermies. Fingermies. That sounds really bad when you say that. I'm going to go with thingamajigs. I think so. So yeah, the category change to an S or an N is just if it's written off, basically. Which, because they're now reversing that and they're expunging it all, I think they've already done that. Basically, they're saying it's already been sorted. I'll be honest, Gracie, it's always hard to know what you are and aren't going through. The trouble with coming up with porcupines and telling stories, Gracie, is that people then don't know what to believe when you are telling the truth or when you're telling more fibs. I'm sure you've probably heard the tale of the boy who cried wolf. You're the Gracie who cried wolf. That's the trouble. Sue saying, I think Molly will be much happier when he's back in his van, Sienna, but it's taking a long time. Yeah, I'll be way happier when I'm in my own van. Can't wait for it. Yeah, in my haven, as Sienna puts it. Chuck saying, will you buy a new van? An A-Team style van? No, it's, as they're repairing it, I'm going to be sticking with my old van for quite some time. There's no reason to get rid of my home anytime soon. I think, as people might remember, anyone who was watching the chat on the weekend when I was down at the allotment in my sheds, and we got chatting about Paul a little bit, like, you know, the van has a lot of sentimental value. Partly it you know, it's a last connection between me and Paul, and it's also been my home for 5 years. You know, it's been a labour of love to have it, you know, built the way that I want it, and it has enough space in there to be really comfortable for me and Ethan, and obviously when I have people around as well. I'm a little bit gutted to not have a crack at doing a new van, because I feel like my skills now and my knowledge, I could do a really good van. But I wasn't really quite ready to downsize quite yet. But, you know, in the future, it's an interesting thing here. It's like a positive coming from this is that I know that the van is actually worth like a decent amount. And I think that if I put it up on like eBay or something for 25, I think I'd probably get some people interested. I might be open to offers, but it depends really. And then with that level of money, I could do a really good new van. I mean, the only thing is, if I sold the van as is, I wouldn't be able to like tear down some of the parts for scraps. But I don't know that I'd really need to do that. Not if I got that level of money. I'd be able to buy a decent van and have enough to actually do everything from scratch properly. And I think I'd be comfortable with that. I think I'd be happy enough. Yeah. So Ryan's saying, Gracie, take each day as it comes and don't stress over anything. Yeah. So saying we need a celebration stream when the van is back. I'll be sending balloons and banners to an Amazon locker. Yeah, cheers, Sparky. Yeah, it is really happy news. Yeah, and we'll be able to get back into doing some travels. I tell you this much, Sparker. It does mean that I'll be coming up and seeing you fairly soon. I'll be in touch, and we'll have to get a video call done so we can sort of arrange like when's going to be suitable to come and see you and do a little bit of a meetup. It's on the books. It's a firm kind of let's get this done as soon as we can kind of deal. I mean, I'd love to get some walks done up in the Peak District as well. So I'll probably be killing two birds with one stone. I've been thinking actually that it might be worth me and Ethan coming up and doing a little bit of time at the Peak District. And then if I can arrange with you to do a meet up, I'd probably do it with just you and me at first. And then potentially the three of us can go for a little bit of a walk, because he loves to walk with me. I'll see what Tim wants to do, if he wants to come up at the same time, because he'd be more than welcome, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. What's this saying? Gracie's saying, I feel like you don't want me here when I'm like this. Well, it's as I said, Gracie, the trouble is we don't all know whether what you're saying is true or not. And it's the problem of having told a few fibbies. We want you here, but we just want to know that you're just being yourself and you're not just trying to get attention. That's all it is. We don't need, and so we want to feel, obviously, you know, we want to give you our support, but we don't know, you know, whether what kind of support you need, whether it's that you need us kind of like just letting you say your stuff and not reacting too much, or whether you want us to like wholesale go into it. And the thing is, we don't really want to propagate you feeling like you're going to get attention for something that you're making up, so we all hold back a little bit. This is the trouble with coming up with stuff to try to get other people's sympathy or attention. It's not a useful thing to do for anybody. And yeah, Sin's right. We're sort of trying to enjoy the good news, really, Gracie. Dreams is in. Hi, Dreams. Good to see you. And Harrison is in saying, yo, I've come to the right channel. Hey, man, I'm doing 10 tours on Dartmoor, walking 40 miles throughout 2 days and camping on the tours. Nice, nice. That sounds like some work, though. So 20 miles a day. Tough, but doable over 2 days. I was doing about 15 miles a day over 8 days when I did London to Gloucester. And that's obviously, you've got to pace yourself because you're doing 8 days. I think in 2, I mean, I wouldn't go off that. I wouldn't do that amount sort of cold. I've done that once. I think I ended up doing about 37.5 miles, I think it was, or something, on the Pitstone 1 kilometre, and that was over 2 days. That was tough. That was a tough amount of walking to do in 2 days with pack on, because it's one thing to do that if you're not camping and you're just doing a couple of day hikes and you've got like a minimal pack on, but when you're actually carrying tent and stuff in full gear, that 20 miles a day is a tough one. So yeah, more power to you though, Harrison. That's cool. I'm hoping to get to the Snowdonia National Park and do a couple of peaks, Snowdon being one of them, with Lucas soon. That's a bit of a plan. And as I was just saying, I'm hoping to get up to the Peak District as well and do a little bit of walking with Sparker, and probably also play some Bandido. Ah dear. So how are your Dreams? I hope you're well. I got to admit, I'm absolutely shattered. I spent the whole night talking to Tim after the stream, so yeah, I'm absolutely like ready for sleep. I'm like, I think if I sit still for more than a couple of minutes without doing anything, I can kind of feel my eyes getting heavy. I'm like, I'm like going. You'll see me at some point in the stream. I'll just be talking, and I'll just be like going, yeah. And I just disappear. So Grayson. Now you're trying to put words in mouths, Gracie. We want you here. I already said that, but we want you here being nice and like, You know, and the trouble is as well, Gracie, you come in and you say things to get sympathy, but then you don't really make sense. So, and then it makes us feel like maybe it's another one of those porkies. It is the trouble. And you know how people react to that. You've been banned on other streams because of the lies. Like I'm aware of that much at the very least from the people who come and go in the stream and talk to you. So, you know, maybe try telling the truth and not lying and not making things up and not being like all like crazy. Like earlier with this Coke thing and just trying to like wind people up. It's not fun. How to say, I really want to go to Snowdonia one day. So you're doing, so I'm just trying to think, where is, so it's doing the 10 tours on Dartmoor. Yeah, so yeah, do you know, I'm not sure if I've actually been to Dartmoor. Like not, I mean, I might pass by it, but I've never actually been to it and done any walking. It is on the kind of list of things to do. I kind of want to explore down there. Because I love the south coast in that sort of area. I've been to like say just to the east of that, and yeah, I've got to get a bit further around and explore that. It'd be good fun to do that. Sienna. Oh dear. I've got to be honest, I don't mind scaling those kinds of peaks as well. There's a certain fun to those as well. The only thing is that often takes longer than just going up a peak like Snowdonia. That's the trouble. That is the trouble, Gracie. Erine's in. Hi, Erine. Good to see you. How are you doing? So Harrison's saying you really should. It's a must visit. It's vast and vast with the rolling hills, wild ponies, and amazing rock formations. Yeah, so that sounds a little like the New Forest, but obviously, and I love that down there with the horses and or is it ponies? I don't know what they are down there, but I just assume they're horses. But yeah, wild ponies and rock formations. So that sounds pretty cool. I've got to get myself down there. That's going on the list. I don't know if we'll get that one done this year because obviously there's a maximum amount of travelling I can actually do in a year. Otherwise, the fuel costs will absolutely eat me alive. But I will get that on the list. We'll get that done sometime. Is there a particular time of year that's best to go down there, Harrison? That's the question. Jimmy is in. Hi, Jimmy. I always look the same, do I? That's because I'm always me. I'm not changing anything. I mean, this gets longer, then gets cut and it's shorter again. It's due to get cut soon because it's getting a bit too long. I've been a bit lazy. Greg is in. Hi, Greg. Good to see you. Brian saying, come to Cornwall and get on the moors. Yeah, do you know, I've been to Cornwall at least once, maybe twice. And yeah, Cornwall is lovely. I wouldn't mind revisiting it again. I think I'd do them both at the same time. So I'd do a bit of Dartmoor, probably go down to Cornwall and like do a bit of a trip down that sort of arm or leg of the country, essentially. That makes sense. I feel like that's the thing to do. So maybe that's something to put in the diary for next year. I don't know. I'll sort of see how I feel. Maybe I could do it at the back end of this summer. I honestly don't know. So I've got to go now. Good talking to you. Take care, Harrison. Lovely to see you. You have fun, you have fun, my friend. Sparker saying it's because he's AI, Jimmy. Yeah, that's right. I am definitely AI. Dream saying, what updates in it? My phone died. Oh, yeah. Dreams. You haven't had the update, but they're repairing. They figured out that my van's worth more than they thought, and so they've backtracked themselves and they've decided it's cheaper to just repair it. So they're repairing the van. That is the big news of the day. So we're getting the van back in working order, and I get to have my home as it was. So, and then I'll probably start on all the little projects that I had to make things better and improve things. Brian saying Bodmin Moor is great. I go at least twice a week. Nice. That's high praise then to be going that often. Emily's saying, oh, something. Wait, hold on. Let me see what Emily's been saying. You admitted your mum to hospital earlier this evening. She is in high care. Wow. I hope everything's all right, Emily. Is it something she's likely to is she going to be all right? Is basically what I'm wondering. I hope she is. I'm sending all my love that way. I hope it works out. Jimmy saying, what van you got? It's a Peugeot Boxer. As I keep having to tell the insurance people, because every time I phone up, that's one of the security questions, make and model. I'm like, oh my God. Greg saying, it's good. I'm happy for you if you get your van back. Thank you, Greg. Careful of the big cats on Bodmin. What on earth? What big cats? I feel like you're referring to something I have no idea about. And we've got someone saying, good evening, lads. I have no idea what to call you because it's just some random letters, but welcome. Jimmy saying, do you live in it? Yes, yeah. That's what I'm doing in the B&B, Jimmy. I live in a van. That's my whole shtick, basically. I'm a van lifer. And yeah, the insurance company have nicked it from me for the last month, but now they've actually decided to fix it. We have Helen in saying, good evening. Oh, good evening, Helen. We've got some retracted stuff. We have a hi from Gilbert. Hi, Gilbert. Wow, we've got loads of people jumping in. This is cool. I love it when all the new people come, but I hope you guys are subbed. I tell you, it's we've got Jim C in. So Jim saying, what do you call an Irish? I think you mean an Irishman with one leg shorter than the other. I don't know. What do you call an Irishman with one leg shorter than the other? Eileen. Ah, I've heard that one, but it's classic. That's a great dad joke. Which reminds me, we should do the dad joke. We should do the dad joke. Thank you, Jim. You have reminded me. We're going to do dad joke of the day. If it ends up being the same one as you've just said, that would be really funny. Here we go. Dad joke of the day. Right. You know, people say they pick their nose, but I feel like I was just born with mine. That's bad. That's cringe. You know how people say they pick their nose? Well, I feel like I was just born with mine. Boom. That is bad. That is really, really bad. That's your dad joke for the day. I think I prefer Jim's, to be fair. Jim's was way better. Oh, is it St. Patrick's Day today? I'm not good with holidays, to be fair. Greg saying, one day I'm going to do at the same as you made a bit. What's that? Oh, you retracted it. Oh, you did a bit of a mistake. So what you're saying? One day I'm going to do the same as you. What do you mean, Greg? Or same as what? I'm not good without context sometimes, Greg. You've got to give me more. Now we've got another joke. An Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scottish man walk into a bar, and every one of them says, "Ouch." No, go on. Tell us the punchline. Gilbert saying, I've been following many channels on YouTube, like Carolan living in the moment. That's fair play. You follow as many as you like. We don't consider it cheating here. Oh. Gilbert saying, I'm Irish, so go easy. Oh, Greg's saying, oh, so you're thinking about doing van life as well, Greg? Cool. So a camper like what you've got. So, well, are you thinking full-time or are you thinking like a part-time thing? Because I meet a lot of people who like the idea of having a van, but they're more sort of like, we'll just do it on the weekends and on holidays, that sort of thing. Jim are saying, how do you get a one-armed, what's that word? Pollack? I don't know. Out of a tree. What? You've lost me. Wow, we've just got loads of jokes flying now. Brian says, yes, it's a hotel, and they made the jail into a tourist attraction. Oh, we're talking about Noah's back. Hi, Noah. Yeah, I had like a 5 hour talk with Tim last night, Noah. We got around and talked about a lot of shit, to be honest. It's just the way it is. Excuse my language, but there you go. It slipped in. Oh, so you're going to do it like the full-time permanent. Nice. I mean, it's not for everyone, to be fair, but it's always worth a try. If you fancy it, there's no reason not to. Yo Wang is in. Hi, Yo Wang. Good to see you again. How are you doing? We're not playing games today, Yo Wang. We're just chatting and shooting a breeze because I'm too tired. I did a little bit of shut the box, but honestly, I'm too tired to play games. So we're gonna actually end the stream about the 1 hour mark, I'd say. You know, I think like as things go, I think I'm about quarter Irish. I think that's I think like I have a great granddad or something who was Irish on my mum's side. I think. I'm not sure. I think like I was told that when I was younger, but then I think the story changed a little bit from my mum, and she wasn't sure, and so then there was like I'm not 100%, but I'm sure there's some Irish somewhere in the bloodline. Jimmy's saying, if you live in a van full time, when you getting it back, how much it costs you to live in it a month? Good questions, Jimmy. So I don't know when I'm getting it back because they haven't given me any idea as to how long the repairs will take. And I'm hoping to get an update on that in a couple of days. And then you guys will find that information out at the same time I do, basically. In terms of how much it costs me to live in, I'll be honest, the main thing that swings that is like how much I drive it around, because the fuel costs can either be very little or quite a lot. So if I don't drive around much and I'm just in the local area and maybe spend like, I don't know, if we take the fuel out of the equation, but like, you know, I might only use like 20 quid over a couple of weeks or something, but then I can also spend like over 100 just doing a trip on a weekend. So it can definitely kind of fluctuate a lot with the fuel cost. But it's just your food costs. So however you've got your normal food costs, obviously that's another big spend out. But then everything else is pretty cheap. You've got your road tax, which costs a few hundred a year. You've got maintenance, which obviously for service and MOT is usually a few hundred again in a year. You've got insurance, which is around, I don't know, I think it's around about the 700 mark, something like that. I think it might, like, you know, it might be a bit more, a bit less now that they're adjusting for me living in it. But the woman I was talking to said from the insurance company said it's probably going to be about the same. So yeah, about 700-800, I guess you could expect. I mean, depending on the vehicle, that could be a lot less, to be honest. You know, there's general maintenance in the back of the van like you would in a house anyway. Like if something breaks, you've got to fix it. Hard to say what that would amount to because it all depends what goes on. But, you know, that's there's not really a lot of other costs. So my gas bill is about, I don't know, 40 quid a year at this point because it's just me. It was more like about 50 quid a year when it was like a family of four, because I just use that for cooking. It's not for heating. Heating is dependent upon how much like fuel I buy. So I could spend a few hundred quid in a winter on wood, but I could also not spend any and collect it all myself, which is what I try to do. So that again is a big fluctuation depending on how you want to do it. But also some people will have like a diesel heater, things like that. If you're paying for heating, it's not as much as in a house, generally speaking, if you do it efficiently, because obviously we're warming up a small space. But again, it just depends how warm do you like your environment. I like to have it like comfortable in the evening, but then bedtime I like it cool and through the night. And I don't mind a colder van in the morning, and then like you sort of judge the day. Maybe you start to stay up early. If it's cold, you've got to keep it. If it's really cold, it's freezing like all day long and all night long, then you've got to keep that stove running the whole time. So yeah, it's a bit of a hard one to say, but I mean, generally speaking, I'd say, I don't know. Well, I'll give the numbers. You guys can work it out. I'm too sleepy to work out numbers, but there you go. That's a bit of details on van costs. Basically, it's not a lot. You know, I don't have rents. I don't have an electricity bill because that's all done by solar, and if I don't have enough solar in the winter, I'm charging up as I'm driving anyway. And I imagine that costs a little bit of extra fuel, but it's negligible. Like it's not, it doesn't really impact the fuel consumption the way you'd think. So yeah, it's not free, but it's like very low cost energy that way. It's certainly cheaper than plugging into somebody's plug at their house and paying them for the privilege of charging up, which I can do, but I try to avoid. So yeah, so no electric bill. My gas bill is like so minimal, it's unreal. Like I think basically it's definitely less than 40 quid in a year that I'm currently spending, and that's for the LPG, the old refillable canisters. But like in the summer, I could save more fuel by using my microwave to cook with, and obviously that's free energy because from the solar. But yeah, so utility bills are almost nothing, and it's just like your food costs like you would normally have. And I don't go through a lot of water because I'm very efficient with that. So I usually just top up with my parents and give them £1 for a tank's worth. I usually use about one of those a week. So yeah, but you could also get water for free from certain places if you're being a bit wily about it. So yeah, you can definitely get it really cheap. Like if I'm not paying for like heating cost, and then and if I was using my microwave for cooking, or if I got a little induction hob and run that off the solar during the summer, I mean, I could get the bills down really minimal. But at that point, it's kind of a bit like, is it worth the hassle to save the, 10, 20 quid over a year when I'm saving like hundreds, like getting my own fuel for heating in the winter and stuff. So, you just, you pick your battles, you know what I mean? Girl was saying, so yes, right. Yo Wang saying it's all right. Take a good rest later. Thank you, Yo Wang. I appreciate you. Jim saying I'm quarter Dutch and the rest is English. Ah, that's interesting. Dutch, eh? Oh, Noah missed the van update. Well, are you in now, Noah? I'll give you the update if you want it. And Ellie, hi Ellie. I guess have you missed the update as well? I'm not stressed. I'm just really tired, Ellie. I spent the whole night talking to to Tim after a really late stream as well. So my day yesterday was just. I must have spent. I don't know. I got to do a maths on this, but I think like. I mean, I must have spent at least 18 hours just gabbing yesterday. Just like seriously, just talk for about 18 hours, and then I had to fit my day of work in there as well. Just mental. It was way too much gabbing yesterday. But welcome to the stream, Ellie. Lovely to see you. How was the disco? I hope it was good. I'm a bit behind. I'm just about catching up. I do need some sleep. I'm going to finish up in a little over a minute because we're going to go for the hour and then call it. Well, I normally sleep, Ellie. I think it's one of those things where if you're not getting sleep on a regular basis, it's really bad for you, and it has long-term effects on your mental health. I think one day, it was a great day as well. I enjoyed all the chat. It was lovely catching up with Tim, and I mean, I was bending Sienna's ear for a lot of it as well, and that's always fun. You guys on the stream, we had a fantastic stream. Lots of chatting yesterday, which was good, and yeah, just like. It's just all good conversations, and I love a good conversation. And sometimes, it just happens when it happens. So Tim had reached out, and I wasn't about to say to Tim, "Oh, sorry, mate, I'm like feeling shattered. Could we talk another time?" When I've been waiting for months to hear from him. So priorities, and sometimes you prioritise the people in your life over the sleep. And this was one of those times. I'm going to be honest with you. Tim is a big priority in my life because he's one of my closest friends. So yeah, sometimes the effort's got to be made. It's just as simple as that. But yeah, so a quick recap on the update for Ellie and Noah. The insurance company finally had figured out a better, more reasonable value to the van. They seem to think it was worth about £17,500. But because it was so high, and the repairs apparently were priced in at a little over £9,000. So they decided they were going to repair it instead. So they've rolled back the write-off, and now they're repairing my van, and I'll have it back at some point in the future. But when is the next question, which I won't find out for a couple of days. So that's the quick version of the update. I gave a lot more detail earlier on, but that's the quick one. I'm getting my van back. It's going to be repaired. And they have, in fact, made sure that there was no kind of like mark on its history and no kind of stuff at all in its record that it had been written off. So I think basically they hadn't actually put anything through, and I think they just saved themselves the hassle of doing that until they basically got worked through the offer stuff. So yeah, they probably had to deal with people trying to get them to roll it back enough times, and it was so difficult they were probably got wise and went, we should probably give people the offer before we write it off and then see. So Jimmy asking what I do for work. I'm a window cleaner, so I go out up the ladders cleaning windows. Disco was crazy, to be honest, says Ellie. That's cool. I hope it was fun, crazy fun. I hope that's what you're saying. Yeah, I think the insurance company were essentially trying it on. What you have to consider is this has cost them a lot of money because they've messed me around. And I did get the money from them for another week here. So they have paid that already. So I'm good to go for essentially another week from today. And I've got a feeling I'm going to need one more off them because I don't think they're getting the van fixed and back to me in a week. So I think the best that I could hope for is it'll be sometime mid next week. But I honestly think it might be the end of that week, maybe early the week after. I mean, who knows? They might do it one more time and I have to get another load off them. And if that happens, we'll just keep taking the money off them. I don't mind rinsing an insurance company for extra money. So at this point, though, because I know they're going to repair it, I'm going to get it back, I can now relax. I'm a little bit less stressed. I'm not having to worry about what am I going to do, what is going to happen. I now know what's going to happen, and also I know that the answer to what's going to happen is I don't have to start thinking about a rebuild, and I don't have to deal with all that stress. I can go back to plans as they were. I've just missed out on the opportunity to do a couple of things this month with Lucas like I wanted to do, but there's been other things that have happened that have been really fun and enjoyable out of this. So yeah, swings and roundabouts. It's all kind of worked out. Sorry to hear your head's killing you, Ellie, and also sorry I'm sort of heading off now, but yeah, I'm absolutely shattered, so I've got to take my own advice and get to sleep now. That's what's happening. It has been lovely to see everybody, and yeah, I hope everyone else has had a great day and that you have a lovely day tomorrow as well. It's certainly been a good day for me. I've definitely enjoyed getting some good news. Sparker said, someone described my dance like I was trying to shake something off my butt. Sounds like you're a pro then. That sounds like exactly what it's supposed to look like, Sparker. Right, I'm going to say goodnight. Well, actually, Ellie said one thing. Kind of seeing people were suggesting songs, but to be honest, I got left with one of the differently abled people there to watch them as their carer walked off. Oh, that's not so good. At least you're responsible enough to look after someone even though they've walked off. That's really nice of you, Ellie. And yeah, I appreciate your kindness for that sort of thing. But yeah, thank you all for being here, you amazing people, as always. It's been nice catching up, and sorry if I haven't chatted to everyone as much as I sometimes do. You can tell I'm absolutely struggling to focus at this point. But you know, daily live streams is daily live streams, so we have another one in the bag. I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of this crazy adventure. For now, love you all. Have fun.